Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
M15 PCA.
Native 454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Doctor Strange. It's so funny. They don't have numbered titles anymore. That's not a thing anymore. No one calls that. It's Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. Like there is no. The only thing we got close was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. That's the closest we ever got. Everything just has a subtitle now.
Yep.
So it's super weird. I don't know. That's just like a trend. But we finally got a longer trailer, not just like a little teaser. This is a super quick trailer where you see so many things. It is literally impossible to infer of anything that's happening.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And these could be multiple universes, so we don't even know if they're going to be... Is this a 5-minute snippet in this reality? And that's
or like a 1 second thing you see and it goes away.
Yeah.
But basically, because everything that Doctor Strange did, everything he did, using the time things that go around to get the Infinity Stones in Infinity War, Endgame, and everything that he did for Spider-Man, I guess there's like a punishment. Because even in the other time, remember using the Time Stone, he said there was going to be a punishment for that, and we haven't seen that yet when he was fighting Mephisto. So, looks like the chickens come home to roost, so I guess he's in trouble now, and I guess there's like a but again, isn't that what the TVA is?
Right, so that's what I thought was kind of weird. I'm like... Unless the TVA wasn't as big as everyone thought it was.
Or what they portrayed themselves to be. But who's letting who operate? Right. Is the TVA letting these people operate, or are these people letting the TVA operate?
Or does the TVA not exist anymore? Is this after Loki? We don't know when that happens.
Right. See, at the end of Loki, it made it sound like they were still doing their thing, just not... it was just that in a world where Kang the Conqueror took over.
Yeah, but wouldn't Kang the Conqueror want this chaos?
Who knows? It's so weird, right?
So I don't think he would want to interfere, I don't think.
Right, so you could be right. It could be something like after, and this is what came out of...
Does Loki show up in this?
Do
you see the orange door open up and he comes out and he's like trying to do his TVA thing?
That would be cool. It wouldn't be too shocking if he's on the council.
There'd be nothing shocking in this whole entire thing because literally anything can happen.
Right.
So... The big thing is you hear Patrick Stewart, so he has to be Xavier. Wouldn't it be funny if he wasn't Xavier and he's just some other character? That would be the biggest... I can't believe you did that.
Would you be mad if it was him playing Silver Surfer?
But it looked like he was in a wheelchair.
I know, it most likely is.
But the thing is, you thought that it was a big FU when they did that with friggin'
Quicksilver.
And friggin' WandaVision. That would pale in comparison if they did that.
Because you don't get Patrick Stewart to do that voice. Because everyone's saying, Illuminati, which is Professor X, Iron Man, Reed Richards,
Black Bolt.
Namor, Black Bolt, and so I think it's them, right? The six. So they're like basically the most powerful beings in like their respective worlds.
Yeah.
Intellectuals and everything. And people are saying that this is the superior Iron Man who did make his Ultron like robot things. Maybe he tried to do that in Age of Ultron, but he actually was successful. And this Iron Man is you think the Tony Stark we know was cocky. That's nothing compared to this Iron Man. And he actually likes to show off his face. And here's the funny rumor: Tom Cruise was approached to play Iron Man before Robert Downey Jr. Mm-hmm. He hated it because he wanted to show off his face.
So people are
and it's so funny because this version of Iron Man does show off his face. So you think that Tom Cruise is that world's Iron Man.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. Right. I would love it.
Right.
Because he can be that cocky, jerky guy.
And if you think about it, like I said before, I could see Loki being on that council just for the fact of all the variant stuff he did.
Yeah.
And if he fixed everything, and then he could be like, hey...
It's super weird. And again, but do you think we see Black Bolt from the Inhumans? I thought Black Bolt did a good job. And I like CGI, Lockjaw. Everything else about that whole entire show was awful.
Oh, it was
if you just want to take him, I could see it.
Black Bolt's super powerful. But where was he during the fight with Thanos?
I don't know. And like you said...
Well, this could be another universe.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, you can say that the Inhumans was a separate universe?
Yeah.
Why not?
Why? But again, it's such a easy explanation for things.
I know.
Multiverse. Yeah. For everything.
Multiverse, yeah.
But so we have that whole situation because we see the Ultron bots
and we got Strange,
and we see a council of sorts. So that has to be the Illuminati. But then what's the punishment? We see like an evil Doctor Strange. Is that from the What Ifs?
What Ifs? We see a nasty looking Strange at the end.
Yeah, because is that where he's using his demon powers? Remember, he can like turn into that humunculus looking monster thing.
He gets counsel or help from Wanda, so we don't know what that's all about.
All I can say is I think that his punishment is going to have to go after the evil Doctor Strange.
Or
you're going to have to stop this guy because he's out of control.
I think. What then like Wanda, because she's a powerful magic user, and which is good, but she's trying to get back her family. Sorry, Wanda. You don't get that. I know you don't get to have everything. But here's the thing. And there's the line of like, oh, you screwed with realities and you become the hero and I do it and I get in trouble. That's not fair. Wanda, what you did was to play a fantasy role play with your robo-husband and enslaved a whole town against their will. What I did was save all of the universe.
Right. Regardless if you didn't want to or not, you still did.
You did it.
You did it, which is bad.
And those people were in pain, and you knew they were in pain, and you didn't care. Also, you can role play a sitcom with your husband.
Right. And then with Strange reversing time, yes, it was not right to do because they said there's consequences. But again, was he supposed to just let the Earth die? And just be like, oh, well, this is what was meant to happen.
Let Dormammu go in and destroy everything?
Yeah.
No.
See, it's so funny. I guess people are talking about a storyline where there was a Reddit post that like said they had the leaked version of the script, and I read the whole thing. It's super, super long. It's easy to find. Just type that in Google, you'll find it. I read the whole thing. It sounds pretty plausible. Some of the stuff is way too like they're not going to be able to get all these actors to get it. Like they want the Fantastic Four team from the Fox series. So you would have Jessica Alba and stuff like that play their characters, but of course they get in the big battle at the end. They like die and stuff, and then the worlds have to be some of the worlds have to be condensed. So that's how we'll get the X-Men and stuff in the MCU.
See, that would make sense.
So some realities have to be forced together.
Yeah.
So the Prime Universe will probably have to have...
Then there's like certain cameos, basically like you'll have both Punishers. You'll have Thomas Jane Punisher. Okay. If I saw Thomas Jane again, I think that would be super cool. I thought he did a great job as Punisher. Come on, but all those movies.
I want Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah. I want what's-his-face who played the original Doctor Strange. Remember in the 70s?
Oh, he was funny.
I want that version.
If that guy's even alive, we don't even know, but that would be funny.
But I can see some of that stuff happening, but then the trailer, we also see America Chavez. The most character in Marvel history.
Talk about a throw-in character.
Just completely throw away. Literally, she has nothing to do with the plot, and they could easily explain her away with almost any other character. She can make portals and go through different dimensions. Who cares? Just get rid of her.
Yeah.
It's just meaningless.
It's just as bad as back when Marvel used to have their cartoons, and then they have like a world-ending event, and they'll just have a superhero there that's just like, okay, that was just randomly thrown in just to be like, oh, it's bigger universe.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about America Chavez. Her powers include flight, super strength, and she's like a mini Superman. Like Superman would toss her cookies like no one's business. but she's stronger. So
she
I'm
can
thinking
punch stars, which is ridiculous.
And then she can also punch portals in the shape of stars. Why in the shape of stars? Who knows? But she can travel like she could get, I don't know if it's interdimensional, but she can travel long distances. I don't know if she can go through, I think they're going to change her powers, make it like she can go through different realities. So she's like basically has a TVA door in her fist.
But again, what I hate about these characters, though, they keep changing.
And what's the only real reason why she's in there? Because she's a lesbian.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only reason why she's in the MCU. That's it.
Fans have slowed down the film.
And she has her little like lesbian flag pin. I don't care. I think the character's just nah. Yeah. Just, her stories aren't that great. They had to retcon her whole thing, saying she's a real Latina girl now and not a fake pretend alien.
So what happened to all that? But whatever.
We did a whole video on that. You can look it up. Just type in America Chavez and it'll pop up. We did a whole explanation video on that.
The problem is with this character is that she's not only a throwaway. It's just not a good character. It's not written well. It's not interesting.
It's not going to really fit in the story.
She is
not at all.
A support character in a side story in an annual issue. That's where America Chavez is. Not horrible, but I don't really care about her story.
I'm just glad she didn't get her own movie.
Would you
Thank
say
goodness.
level of Heroes for Hire?
Yeah. Like maybe she could be in a side story for Heroes for Hire. Like you see Luke Cage and Iron Fist doing something. Hey, I know a girl that could help us out, and then she comes and helps out with the mission. That
would have been better than what they did. She should not have gone in this movie.
Wow. And she's such a skinny little twig of a girl. And then the thing is, the newest issues of America Chavez, I forgot who the artist was. He draws her like a woman, like she's a woman. This is like a little girl. She looks like she's 13 years old.
Because and we all know
they cast everyone young,
so they can keep them forever.
Yeah,
so they
same thing with Miss Marvel.
Like 50 movies.
When Kate Bishop looks like an old lady compared to the rest of the cast, that's ridiculous. And she's like 24.
Right. When the team looks to her to be like, oh yeah, you're like our adult.
The mom. She's like, what the hell, guys? So America Chavez, you see her bouncing around, punching things, and it's like, whatever. It doesn't fit with Doctor Strange.
No.
Of all people.
Of all the side characters you could throw in there, Ghost Rider, freaking even like, I don't know, some other mystical people that you could throw in there, Blade.
They're way cooler.
Cooler.
Okay, so you have Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, and America Chavez. That's like throwing together a team of Magneto, like Iceman and Puck. Like, okay, thanks Puck for showing up. You're cool and all, but we don't need you. We have 2 Omega level mutants. We don't need you. What's America Chavez going to fly around and punch? We see that octopus squid guy from the Marvel's Capcom game. Technically, it's not him, but it's him.
It's him.
There's something with licensing with the name of the character, but it's him.
Exactly.
Yeah, he has a weird, crazy name, but he's basically a big eyeball with tentacles.
And he's
that's a bad guy Doctor Strange would fight. Though.
Yeah, because he's like a big demon monster guy. But it looks like it comes out pretty soon, April, May. So we'll definitely see it. But I don't know what they're gonna do with all this multiverse stuff, and we still have the quantum madness. So is that another multiverse? We got to slow down the multiverse stuff. It's getting a little played out. And we still have another Spider-Verse movie. Oh, Chihuahua.
Yeah, it's a lot of going to different realities.
The thing is that it was okay for the first time. Like you said, when you do it again and again and again, it gets old.
We've done it
really fast.
We've done it so many times now.
Yeah.
We did the Spider-Verse movie, the Infinity War.
No Way Home.
And they did it in WandaVision. We had the What If. Okay, this is like the 6th. Then the Loki show. 6th, 7th thing with multiverse stuff. Let's cool it.
Yeah.
We gotta cool. Then something needs to happen at the end of this movie where like the whatever members of the Illuminati or whatever do a thing and it seals up all the worlds again and the worlds that got trapped in between combined. And there you go. We have our X-Men and everything like that. And then we stop with the multiverse stuff. Because it's too much.
Because that would make sense why the X-Men weren't there with Thanos, because they wouldn't be there.
I guess we'll throw this in here because I've been reading about it and it has to do with this. The girl playing America Chavez, her name is like Zachi something.
I can't say her.
I can't say her name. It's the issue that people are having is because before it's all about race. Oh, you got to make sure to cast a Latina for a Latino role. Everything has to be perfect. So they did that. That's what this girl is.
Okay.
Their complaint is her skin isn't dark enough. If you were honest to God, that's your problem. I guess that you're a racist.
But
exactly.
the guy, remember though, the guy that played does the voice of Knuckles, and he's also the guy from
Ibers.
People said because of his voice, he's not black enough.
Yeah.
And some things because he's not.
Oh, he doesn't act black enough.
Yeah.
What is that supposed to mean?
And then you sit there and you realize, that's very kind of not to mean. That's kind of racist.
That's racist. So they're going after this poor girl. I think the character is stupid. I think they casted too young. But overall, I don't have an issue with it.
Like, we don't have an issue with her skin.
Yeah, with her, I'm like...
I can't believe she's not dark enough. You know, like, what?
Do people not understand how skin works? If this girl would just go outside during the summer, like all summer long, she would get much darker. Because that's how skin works.
But the weird part is, it'd be weird for a company to actually tell you that. You know what I mean?
It's because they didn't do enough.
Yeah.
Then people bust out the color wheel, and no matter what shade she was, they would find an issue with it.
Right. Because then if she was too dark, why, whatever.
It's just so
weird.
dumb.
It's a weird thing when a company says, you know what, you need to hit the tanning booth.
Yeah.
Why? Well, because.
Remember before when the thing was, oh, you need lighter skin, you need to be more white. Now it's like, you have to be darker.
You have to be darker.
Guys, they're both awful.
But here's the thing. Remember when they would say, we're the ones that think like that? No, you think. They think like that. They've always thought that way.
I never would have thought in a million years this girl needs to go, she's not
no,
Latina,
I didn't even
she's
care.
not dark enough.
Yeah. She's nice that she's Latina, but she's not dark enough. Well, you guys are a racist. You're a racist. There's nothing other way around it. You're just a racist, and the only thing that matters to you is the color of someone's skin, and then the pigment of said you got the right color, but not dark enough. It's crazy.
Well, and it's this weird perfectionism, like of what you think Chavez is. But tell you the truth,
she's drawn differently.
Right? Yeah, drawn differently because in some comics she is lighter, oddly enough.
And in some comics they give her a honker of a nose.
That too.
They make her kind of ugly in some comics. The newest comics out there, because it's not Ramos. I forget who it is, but he draws his women gorgeous, and he makes America Chavez look fine as hell.
Well, and also in that one, I think she's a little bit darker. But then again, there's different shades. But also I just go back to it where. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. No one was going to watch this movie and think like, oh, she needs to be dark.
Only the people that were obsessed about this are going to think about that.
The only people who care are people with flags and pronouns in their bios.
Like,
Those are the only people who care.
Right.
And not saying that their opinion doesn't matter, but...
It's kind of like what we talked about Jessica Alba, how no one had a problem, because usually she is predominantly white.
Yeah, blonde hair, white. Jessica Alba isn't a white girl.
And it was fine. No one ever had like an issue. No one ever said like, "Oh man, she needs to be whiter."
No one ever said that.
No one ever said that.
They had a problem with the movies being kind of goofy and everything,
Right, yeah,
but no one cared. It just boggles my mind that that's so important to people.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny? That'd be funny if they actually had the other horrible Fox Fantastic Four in this. The ones from the awful movie.
Those are the ones that die.
Oh yeah, the reboot.
The reboot.
Where Michael B. Jordan was a freaking Human Torch.
Yeah.
But no, it's so funny. Even though that's literally a complete recasting of a character's race, they explained it. Oh, he was adopted. Okay.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
That's all. Okay, as long as you explain it in the story and don't just do it.
Yeah.
But this film has a lot riding on it because it's gonna set up everything, right?
I would assume.
So is this America Chavez from another universe, and there is no America Chavez in the MCU?
That would make.
And she's from like another Earth.
Could be.
See, it's so I don't know what they're gonna do.
As long as she doesn't get a standalone movie, I'm fine.
Here's the thing: are they gonna make it to where she has her like lesbian utopia, or are they gonna go with the storyline of the comics, where that was just a fantasy she made up in her head?
Or it's gonna have a utopia, but after everything gets merged, it gets destroyed or something.
But then again. But are they gonna make it her an alien?
Because then
It would have to be.
Well,
But I don't think they will.
Because they want that Latina. They want her to actually be Hispanic.
Because she's not. She just was an alien who happened to have brown skin.
I know, it's
who came?
fair.
Okay, we already explained this. She came from in the original version, the non-retcon version. She was an alien from a world of all lesbians where they all were Mexican too. Like they ate tamales and made pozole.
Yeah, they actually had the Mexican food.
Yeah, they had
That's
actually
weird.
Mexican food and like cultural beliefs, and a thing completely removed from Earth.
Right.
But then she crash lands on Earth and then was raised in like Latin neighborhoods.
Right.
It was the dumbest thing in the world. But that was all made up. None of that ever happened. She was like in a healing pod and she just had a fantasy.
Right.
Which is so weird for a little kid to have a fantasy like
That detailed and weird.
Yeah.
I met some lesbians in my life, but she's super lesbian. If you literally came up with fantasy of a super lesbian world,
Especially
that's crazy.
That young of age too.
Yeah.
Probably.
But we'll see. Well, I don't know if they're even going to go into her backstory or anything.
But again, they changed Kamala Khan too.
Yeah, they're going to give her like crystal powers.
Yeah, which is and that's so far off from her powers that it'd be like giving Reed Reachers like psychic abilities, like
Or an Iron Man suit.
An Iron Man suit, yeah, like stretchy powers. Okay.
But hype for Xavier. And maybe seeing Wolverine again.
Wolverine,
Do we see that classic Fox X-Men team? Because in that little like Reddit thing where like it's here's what happens. They get into a big fight and they're all there. That'd be amazing. But I don't know.
Well, I would even.
I think that's high in the sky,
Yeah.
man. I don't think they're gonna do that.
Even seeing the original Illuminati would be kind of cool.
Yeah, all those
really high end, like we're talking geniuses of their craft being together. Because, they were the ones that put Hulk into space.
Yeah, they're the ones that's how Planet Hulk started.
Yeah, because they're like, no, Hulk's too powerful, we gotta get rid of him.
Oh, yeah, because they were going to do, because wasn't the Civil War going to happen and
Yeah,
Hulk can't be on each side?
whoever's side he picked, they would win. So to make it fair. But, again, of course, you're definitely going to see it. We'll do a full review. But I kind of don't know what to expect. Because the storyline's so out there, there's no way to know.
Exactly.
That's in here. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, you can contact us on any of the social media platforms in the description down below. And while you're here, be sure to click on one of the videos over on the right.